Hello children, welcome to today's class. In the last class we have continued our chapter algebra, and in the last class we have seen a division of algebraic expressions, how to divide two given algebraic expressions, and also we have seen certain algebraic identities. Okay, so the identities which we saw in the last class are a plus b whole square, which is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. And the same way we have seen another one, a minus b whole square, which is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Same way we have seen another thing also, x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Okay, I hope you all understood these three identities which we saw in the last class. So in the last class, the identities we saw are all in terms of power 2, which means all the identities contains only to the power of 2. The maximum power was 2 in all those identities. Okay, so I hope you have done the problems also. So in today's class, what we'll be seeing is so we'll be seeing cubic identities. What do you mean by cubic identities? Hence here the power will be to the power of 3. So in the same way, the last class we have seen identities, the same identities will be seeing now, but to the power of 3 now. Okay, and another thing is we'll be seeing application of cubic identities, means where we'll be applying the identities in some problems to get the answers. Okay, and also factorization we have seen already, means let's take a number 12. The factors are number 12 are 6 and 2, and the factors are number 6 are 3 and 2. So this is how you do factors for a number. The same way you can make factors for an algebraic expressions also. So that we'll be seeing today, and also I'll be giving you assignments at the end. Okay, so let's get into today's class. So cubic identities. But before getting into this, what are identities? Identities are certain formulas which we will be using to simplify an algebraic expression. Okay, so in the last class, as I have already said, we have learnt 4 algebraic identities. Sorry, I missed one. First one is a plus b whole square's identity. Next one is a minus b whole square's identity. Next one is x plus a into x plus b's identities. Next one is a square minus b square. A square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b. Okay, these are the 4 identities in terms of square we learnt in the last class. Okay, so let's get into today's class. So the first identity we'll be seeing is a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. It might look something of a bigger identity, but if you look carefully, it's a very simpler one. Just the same way how you have written a plus b whole square, it will contain a square and b square in the previous identity. Same way here it should contain a cube and b cube. Okay, that you can put at the ends of the identity, and in the middle there it had 2ab. So here it should have 3ab. But since it is a cubic identity, you have to split this into 2 types and write 3a square b. Here you have to put square for a, and 3ab square. Here you have to put square for b. That's all. It's a very simpler one. First thing is you have to write a cube and b cube at the 2 corners. Okay, and then you have to write 3ab in 2 ways. The first one is 3a square b, square for a, and the second one is square for b, 3ab square. That's all. So let's look into this again. A cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Much simpler one. We'll try to prove this now. Okay, so first let's take this part, a plus b whole cube. So a plus b whole cube we can write as, we can split this and write a plus b into a plus b into a plus b, like this. Okay, so the first 2 a plus b we can combine together and write a plus b whole square. Okay, so a plus b whole square's identity we have already seen, a square plus 2ab plus b square, and this a plus b retains the same. So we have already seen how to multiply a binomial into a binomial to a trinomial. Okay, so this a plus b, so this a plus b is a binomial, and this a square plus 2ab plus b square is a trinomial. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to multiply this a to the whole term and this b to the whole term. Okay, so a into a square plus 2ab plus b square plus b into a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, so these are the two terms we will get after multiplying this a plus b inside. Okay, then we have to multiply this a inside. Now a into a square will give you a cube, a into 2ab will give you 2a square b, a into b square will give you ab square. Okay, same way b into a square b square, b into 2ab 2ab square, b into b square b cube. After solving this step you will end up getting a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Okay, so this is not important in exams point of view because they are not going to ask you to prove a plus b whole cube identity, but to get a better understanding you should know how we are writing a plus b whole cube is equal to such that. Okay, there is a easier way also, like how we did here. So put a 3 cross 2 box. In this we will write a and b on this side and a square 2ab and b square on this side. Okay, so a into a square a cube, a into 2ab 2a square b, a into b square ab square, b into a square b, b into 2ab 2ab square, b into b square will give you b cube. Okay, so now we have to write this a cube term first, plus we have to multiply these two terms, which is a square b in plus 2a square b, which is 3a square b. Now again you have to multiply, add these two terms, 2ab square plus ab square, which is 3ab square, and the final term b cube, written as b cube. This might seem a little bit difficult for you, but if you have no time and if you want to prove this question anywhere, you can use this formula, whereas this is a standard way to prove this identity. Okay, the first thing is you have to split this a plus b whole cube into 3 things, and then you have to combine the first two, then expand the first identity, then multiply the another term inside. Okay, so that's all. So the next identity we'll be seeing here is a minus b whole cube is equal to a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. Okay, you should be a little bit careful in where you are putting minus and positive terms. Okay, the identity is totally same as the previous one except the signs. So here you can see the signs are a little bit different here. Okay, so as usual the first thing is you will be writing a cube and b cube at the ends. Okay, then as I said earlier you will be writing 3a square b and 3ab square. Okay, so what you will be putting is you will be putting alternative signs. So here it is plus, so here it should be minus. Okay, sorry, it should be minus. So if it is minus here, the next thing should be plus. Okay, if it is plus here, the next thing should be negative. Okay, in this way you can memorize this easily, but this is not the actual way, so I'm telling you so that you can remember this easily. The first thing should be positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay, so you can tell this identity again, which is a cube and b cube at the corners. In the middle you have 3a square b and 3ab square. You'll have negative here, positive here and negative here. Okay, so in the same way you can prove this identity by splitting this into 3 terms, a into b into a into b into a minus b into a minus b into a minus b, and the clubbing the first 2 terms you can write a minus b whole square, and you know what is a minus b whole square is equal to, and then you have to multiply this a minus b inside this bracket, which is a into a square minus 2ab plus b square minus b into a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, then after multiplying this a inside and b inside, you get this big term, and after solving all the things you get this final identity. Okay, this is very much easier to prove, but this is nowhere in your exam point of view. You're not going to write this anywhere in your exam paper, but still you should know how this identity came. Okay, so let's get to the next identity, which is x plus a into x plus b into x plus a. This is same as the identity which we saw in the last class, which is x plus a into x plus b, but here we are saying it for the 3 terms. Okay, so as usual first you will write the x square. Okay, let's recall what we saw in the last class. Sorry, x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Okay, this is what we saw in the last class. X plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Okay, so same way here we are adding one more term, x plus c, but here what should we add? Since three terms are there here, we can erase this and we can add 3 here. Okay, and here only ab is there, so we can add c here. Okay, so this is common, so only thing is you have to change this a plus b. Okay, so and you have to add one more term also, so I'll explain this further. So see, first thing is x cube and the last thing is abc, this you understood. Then another term you should write in the middle, which is a plus b plus c into x square. Okay, then another term is ab plus bc plus ca, all possible variations you can get. Okay, and one is ab, another one is bc, another one is ca, all possible variations into x plus abc. Okay, so how to remember this? So okay, first thing is there will be nothing into x cube. Okay, then the next term is there will be a plus b plus c into x square. The previous one was x cube, now it is x square, and simple terms. Okay, so this is second term. The third term is ab plus bc plus ca. Previous one was x square, now it should be just x. Okay, so this is third term, ab plus bc plus ca into x is the third term, and the last term is just abc. Previous term had x, so now there is no x in here. So how you should go? X cube, x square, x, and no x. Okay, fine. I hope you all understood this identity. I mean only the identities part. So proving identity is not a big thing. You should have basic knowledge about multiplication of algebraic expressions, that's all. So you have x plus a into x plus b, multiply this both, x plus a into x plus b, you already know what is that identity, which is x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Then you have x plus c, so multiply this x plus c inside, x into x square plus ab plus a plus b x plus ab, then c into x square plus a plus b x plus ab, then multiply x and c inside, you end up getting this identity. Okay, so once if you sit and try to prove this identity, you will get this easily. Again I'm telling, this is just for your understanding. You have to remember or memorize only these identities. Okay, so we have seen three identities so far, which is a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus 3ab plus b square, and another one is a minus b whole cube equal to a cube minus 3ab plus b square, and another one is x plus a into x plus b into x plus c is equal to x cube plus a plus b into x square plus a plus ab plus bc plus cax plus abc. Okay, so let's get into application of cubic identities, which means where we are going to apply this identities in problems to get the final answer. Okay, so we'll be seeing one problem for each identity. Okay, so the first one is using this identity a plus b whole cube. How we are going to use a plus b whole cube identity to get a problem, to get the answer, sorry. So first thing is we have a question, find the value of 103 whole cube. Usually how do you find value of 103 whole cube? 103 into 103 into 103. You multiply this with your basic multiplication and get the answer. That seems a bit longer way. So what we are going to do here is we are going to write this 103 as 100 plus 3 the whole cube. Okay, can we write like this? We can write 103 as 100 plus 3. Now this 100 plus 3 looks like a plus b whole cube. Okay, 100 plus 3 whole cube resembles a plus b whole cube. So we can write in the place of a we can put 100, in the place of b we can put 3. Okay, so we know the identity a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. Okay, now we have to substitute a and b's value. In the place of a cube 100 cube, 3a square b 3 into 100 square into 3, 3ab square 3 into 100 into 3 square, b cube is 3 square. Okay, so 100 square you know the value, so multiplication, basic multiplication itself you can do. So 3 square is 27. Okay, After adding all the final terms, you end up getting this value. This is the actual answer for 103 whole cube. Okay, so first thing is, whenever you get a question like this, you have to split the term into two easily accessible terms. Okay, same way you can also use a minus b whole cube also. How do you write that? 103 can be written as 106 minus 3 whole cube. Okay, in this way it is a minus b whole cube. 106 minus 3 is 103. Okay, so here you can use a minus b whole cube identity also. Okay, so we'll get to next problem. See, using the identity a minus b whole cube, they have given an expression itself, 5 minus 5 whole cube. Okay, so it's nothing. You know the value of a is y, you know the value of b is 5. So just substitute. In the place of a cube it is y cube, in the place of b cube it is 5 cube. So here also a and b. Okay, after substituting, just multiply it. You cannot multiply y anywhere, so you just keep the y as it is. So you end up getting the final answer. Okay, so let's get into next problem. So using the identity x plus a into x plus b into x plus c is equal to x cube plus a plus b plus c into x square plus ab plus bc plus ca into x plus abc. Okay, so what we have to do here is we have to find what are the values of a, b and c. We have been given a problem, x plus 3 into x plus 5 into x plus 2. Here as you can see, this resembles the identity x plus a into x plus b into x plus c. So we can find from this a value is 3, b value is 5 and c value is 2. Okay, so using this you can substitute the value of a, b, c in this identity and finally get the answer very easily. Okay, this is much more easier way to find the answer rather than multiplying inside. So that is why we use identity to simplify a problem in a much more simpler way. Okay, so I hope you all understood how to find a solution for a problem using cubic identities. Okay, let's revise what all we have seen so far. First thing is we saw how to write how to find a value of a number to the power cube to the power 3. Okay, so we just split the number into two parts and then we substitute the identity suitable. Then we proceed to get the answer. Next thing is we found how to we saw how to find the value of an expression to the power 3. We just substitute whatever the identity is suitable and then we proceed. Next thing is we saw the third identities problem, wherein we have to find the value of a, b and c and then we proceed with the identity. Okay, so that's all for this. These types of problems only can be asked in the exam. Okay, so let's proceed to the next part, factorization. So before getting into factorization, what do you mean by factors? Factors are something which make up a number. Okay, so if I ask you the factors of 24, you may tell it is 12 and 2. So the factors of 12 are 3 and 4. The factors of 4 are 2 and 2. So it keeps on going until it reaches a prime number. Okay, so that is what you tell as prime factorization. So this is how you find factors for a number. But here what you have to do is you have to find factors for a algebraic expression. Okay, let's see how we are going to find. Okay, so there are 5 types in finding factors. The first one is factorization by taking out the common factor from each term. Okay, so here we have 4x square y plus 8xy. We have two terms here. First term is 4x square y, second term is 8xy. What you have to do is we have to take common factor from each term and then we have to write two factors. Okay, so we can write 4x square y as 2, 4 can be written as 2 into 2, x square can be written as x into x and y is y itself. Same way 8xy, 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2, x is x itself, y is y itself. Okay, so by seeing this, what are the terms we can take out in common? Okay, so both the terms have 1 2, both the terms have another 2, both the terms have 1x, both the terms have 1y. Okay, so we can take two 2's 1x and 1y. So 2 2's, 1x and 1y, which will give you 4xy, and the remaining term is 1x and 1 2 here. Okay, so x plus 2 stays inside. I'll repeat this again. So first we have to write 4xy and plus 8xy in a simpler way. Okay, 4xy, x square y can be written as 2 into 2, x into x and y. 8xy can be written as 2 into 2 into 2, x and y. Okay, now we'll take out the common terms. So what are the common terms here? We can take 2 common out, and 2 common out, x and x we can take out, y and y we can take out. So 2 into x into y we can take out in common. Remaining term here is x and 2, so x plus 2 stays inside. Okay, so the final answer is 4xy into x plus 2. So this is the first way to find factors for an algebraic expression, and this is the simplest way to find the factors. Okay, so the next type is factorization by taking out the common binomial factor from each term. Okay, so listen to this carefully. Factorization by taking out the common binomial factor, which means we have to remove the common binomial term from each of the two terms. Okay, so look into this question. This question has 2x plus 5 into x minus y and plus 4y and x minus y. Okay, so these are the terms in this question. This is a binomial term, and if these two terms, it has two factors. Each term has two factors. In this term it has 2x plus 5 and x minus y. This term it has 4y and x minus y. So looking into these four factors, we have to find a single common factor from each term. Okay, so what can we write? Both the terms as x minus y as common. Okay, so we can take x minus y outside this. So that is what we have: 2x plus 5 x minus y, 4y into x minus y. The common binomial factor here is x minus y. So x minus y we can take out as common. So after taking x minus y in common, we have 2x plus 5 plus 4y. Okay, so 2x plus 5 plus 4y. That's another term. So we have two factors now, which is x minus y and 2x plus 5 plus 4y. So how do we factorize by taking common binomial terms? Is we have to search for a common factor in two binomial terms. So like these two terms, we found a common term, x minus y. Okay, so let's get into the next type. So the next type is factorization by grouping. Here what we have to do is we are going to group certain terms and find factors from that. So we have question like this: x square plus yz plus xy plus xz. Okay, so what we will be finding here is, first let's write all the x terms together. Okay, so the terms having x. So x square plus xy. So these two terms let's write first, x square and xy. Next we'll write all the z terms next, yz and xz. So this we'll write next. So first we'll write the two x terms, and the next we'll write the two z terms. That is what grouping means, grouping similar terms together. Okay, now from these two terms we can take x common outside. So x into x plus y remains. From these two terms we can take z common outside. So z into y plus x. Okay, understood? So here from these two terms we can take x outside, from these two terms we can take z outside. So x into x plus y plus z into y plus x. Okay, so from this, x into x plus y plus z into this y plus x also we can write as x plus y. Okay, so x into x plus y plus z into x plus y. In the last slide we have seen factorization by taking a common binomial factor from each term. Okay, so which is the common binomial factor in both of these terms? X plus y. X plus y is the term which is present in both the terms. So we can take x plus y out. X plus y we can take out. So the remaining term which are existing is x and z. So x plus z is another factor. Okay, so x plus y into x plus z is the factors for this
term. Okay, so we'll get into this again. X square plus yz plus xy plus xz. Okay, so first how we are going to group is, we are going to group all the x terms first, and then we are going to group all the z terms next. Okay, so first we'll take x square and xy, we'll write first. Yz and xz we'll write next. Okay, so first then we'll take the common term which is present in these two terms. Okay, we'll take x as common, and from these two terms we'll take z as common. So x into x plus y plus z into y plus x. Then as usual, y plus x is equal to x plus y. We have seen addition is commutative already. Commutative means what? A plus b is equal to b plus a. Okay, so y plus x can be written as x plus y. So x into x plus y plus z into x plus y will give you, after taking x plus y common outside, x plus y into x plus z. Okay, so this is also a simpler way to find factors for this for any given term. So the next thing is factorization using identities. Okay, so they have been given an binomial expression like this, a trinomial expression, x square plus 8x plus 16. How do we represent this in terms of an identity? Okay, so we can represent this as, by saying this square, you can tell that this is a square identity, okay, which we saw in the last class. So what are the square identities? We know a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, a square minus b square, a plus b into a minus b. Okay, so this has all plus sign in the entire expression, so this should be a plus b whole square's identity. Okay, so what does a plus b whole square is equal to? A square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, so a square is x square, we have already seen it here. B square is 16. How can you write 16 in terms of square? 16 is nothing but 4 square. Okay, so your x is a, your a is x and your b is 4, because a square is x square and b square, 4 square is 16. Okay,
so now you got to know your a value and b value, so you can write this as x plus 4 the whole square. Clear? So this x plus 4 whole square, then this 2ab is equal to 2 into 4 into x, which is equal to 8 into x. So that is how you got 8x in the middle. Okay, so the first thing after getting such kinds of question is how to write this term into an identity. Okay, how to write this expression in terms of an identity. You should check for square numbers at the end. Numbers such as square numbers, you all know what are square numbers. 4 is a square number, 16 is a square number, and 9 is a square number, 25 is a square number, 36 is a square number. Okay, same way, if cube numbers exist, such as 8 is nothing but 2 cube, and like 27 is nothing but 3 cube. Such cube numbers exist, you should use a plus b the whole cube identity. Okay, because cubic identities exist only for cube numbers. Okay, understood? So whereas if square numbers, perfect square numbers exist, you should use square identities. Okay, I hope you all understood with this kinds of problems. So let's get into the next type, which is factorization of the expression ax square plus bx plus c. This is a really important expression, you should be knowing. So whenever you get an expression in terms of ax square plus bx plus c, you should use this method. Okay, what we're going to see now. So here you got an expression x square plus 8x plus 15. First check whether you can substitute any identity here or not. How to check you can substitute any identity or not? The last number should be either a square number or a cube number. Okay, is 15 a square number? No, 15 is not a perfect square of any number. Is 15 a cube number? No, 15 is not a perfect cube of any number. So 15 is neither perfect square nor perfect cube. So you cannot use any identity here. So in that case, you should use this factorization of expression B. Okay, so this is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, here a is nothing, there is no value here, so we can take it as 1.
so your a value is 1. So before x we have b, and before x we have 8. So here your b value is 8 and your c value is 15. Okay, so your a value is 1, b value is 8, and c value is 15. Now the product, how do you write the product is, so first you have to write a certain number such that your a into c, first find the value of a into c. Your a value is 1, c value is 15, so it should be 15, and your sum, it should be sum, which is b, is equal to 8. So you should be clear with a cross c and b. You should be finding the value of a into c and b. Okay, so now what we have to do is write the expression x square plus 8x plus 15. Now you have to split this 8x into two equal terms, okay, such that one of the term is such that both the terms are the factors of 15. Okay, so what are the factors of 15? The factors of 15 are 3 and 5, and so that's all. 3 and 5 are the factors of 15. How can you write 8x in terms of 3 and 5? How can you write 8x in terms of 3 and 5? So 8x can be written as 3x plus 5x. Clear? 8x can be written as 3x plus 5x. So in the place of 8x we can substitute 3x and 5x. Okay, so listen here. So x square plus, in the terms of 8x we are writing 3x plus 5x plus 15. Okay, clear? X square plus 3x plus 5x plus 15. Okay, now in first two terms we can take x common. Now the remaining here is x plus the remaining here is 3. Okay, and from the next two terms we can take 5 common. The first term here is remaining is x, and the remaining here is 3, because 5 into 3 will give you 15. Okay, this is the further step. From the first two terms we are taking x common, and the next two terms we are taking 5 common. Okay, now you have two terms wherein which is the common binomial factor in two term, x plus 3. Now we'll take x plus 3 out. Okay, so the remaining value after taking x plus 3 is x plus 5, x plus 5. So the final term is x plus 3 into x plus 5. Okay, I'll get to you this again. So we have an expression x square plus 8x plus 15. Okay, so here we have 8x, so we have to split this 8x into two numbers such that both the numbers are factors of 15. You all know factors of 15, which is 5 and 3. Okay, so we can write 8x as x square plus 3x plus 5x plus 15. Okay, from first two terms we can take x common, so x into x plus 3. We have taken x from here and x from here, and from the next two terms we can take 5 common. So after taking 5 here from here, x remains, and after taking 5 from here, 3 remains. Okay, now you can see from both the terms x plus 3 is the common term. Okay, so we can keep x plus 3 as it is, and we can take x plus 3 out. So we can take x plus 3 out, and the terms remaining are x plus 5. So x plus 3 and x plus 5 are the factors of the given expression. Okay, you can see the steps from here. Okay, I'm going to let the screen there for around 5 seconds, so you can pause and take a screenshot of this page, or you can write it down in a simpler format. Okay, okay, so let's get into the next type. So factorize using the identity a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. So this is a new identity, you haven't learned this anywhere so far, so you have to just memorize this identity. A cube plus b cube equal to a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. Okay, so whenever you have a question like this, x square plus 125 is nothing but 5 cube. Okay, so you can write this as x cube plus 5 cube. Okay, so what is your a value now? Your a value is x. So what is your b value now? Your b value is 5. So you know a value and b value. What you have to do, you have to substitute in the place of a wherever a comes you have to substitute 5, sorry, wherever a comes you have to substitute x, and wherever b comes you have to substitute 5. That's all. You will get 2 factors for this question. See, a cube plus b cube equal to a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. Okay, in the place of a they are substituting x, in the place of b they are substituting 5. So after substituting we get 2 individual factors for the given question. Okay, so only thing is you have to memorize this identity, which because we haven't proved this identity yet. There is no proof for this identity in your textbook, but you can prove this from other similar identities. Okay, so I'll let this topic for you itself. You have to prove this identity by yourself. Okay, so that's all for factorization. In factorization we have learned 5 methods so far. The first one is factorization by taking out common factor from each term. Here we are splitting the terms and taking the common factors from each term and write the remaining factors. Okay, the next thing is factorization by taking common binomial factor from each term. Here we have 2 terms, and in the 2 terms there will be a common binomial factor. We will be taking out that factor from each term and write the remaining terms. Okay, next thing is factorization by grouping. Here what we are doing is we are grouping 2 terms or 3 whatever it is, similar terms together. We are grouping similar terms together, and then we are taking the common terms from that, and then we are writing 2 factors. Okay, and the next thing is factorization using identities. Whenever the last number, I mean whenever this number comes in terms of whenever this number comes as a perfect square or a perfect cube number, we know that we have to use either square identity or a cube identity in that place. Okay, and the next thing is factorization of the expression ax square plus bx plus c. Whenever the final number is not a perfect square or a perfect cube, we cannot use any identity there. So what we are going to do is we are going to split the middle term, which is the x term, into 2 parts, such that the 2 terms that the 2 parts we split are the factors of the final term. Okay, here we are splitting 8x into 3x and 5x, and both 3x and 5x are the factors of 50. Okay, and the last part is expression factorize using this identity. A cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. Okay, I hope you all are clear with the factorization part. So let's get to the assignment. As usual, I will be pausing the screen for a while. You can take a screenshot of the screen, or you can write down the questions as usual. Okay, so first thing is factorize the following by taking out the common factor. What you have to do here is you have to factorize these 4 problems by taking the common factor, which means you have to take a common factor from 2 terms outside. Okay, here you can take y from y outside, because both the terms have y. Here also there is a y, here also there is a y. Same way you have to find which is the common factor in each of the terms. Okay, the next thing is factorize the following expressions using using identities. Whichever identity comes, you can use the identity. See here 49 is there. 49 is nothing but 7 square, hence you can use the identity here. Okay, here 25 is there. 25 is nothing but 5 squares. Here also you can use the identity. Here 12 is there. 12 is not a perfect square number, so you cannot use any identity. You have to use ax square plus bx plus c formula here. Okay, and the last thing is the final formula we have seen, a cube plus b cube formula. Using that you have to factorize these identities. Okay, so I'll be leaving the screen for 20 seconds. You can pause the screen in the middle and take a screenshot. Okay.